This is a demo to demonstrate how to convert a text document to an HTML document. So we will get started by opening a text editor. The text editor I am using is called TextEdit, and if you have a PC, you can also use a text editor called Notepad. Alright, so I have opened a TextEdit document. You can see that the text document has editing tools at the top. That is a text document that has a rich text format, and that's not what we want to use for doing web coding or any kind of coding. If I open up TextEdit and open up the preferences, we will change it from rich text to plain text. And excuse me. And then I'm going to click open and save, and I'm going to, on the second page, I'm going to click to check display HTML files as HTML code instead of formatted text. I'm also going to uncheck add .txt extension to plain text files. If you've done that, then you can close it, and I'll go ahead and close this unused text file, and I want to just not save it. Okay, close it, delete. Okay, then I'll open up a new document, and you'll notice when the new document opens that there are no tools at the very top. Okay, so now we have a blank TextEdit file, and the next step to turn it into an HTML document is to put some HTML on it. I'm going to click on the How to Code Basic HTML. I'm going to scroll down and notice it says Code, Basic and Essential Coding Required to Present a Web Page in a Web Browser. Copy and paste the code below into an HTML document. So I'll click on the doc type, go down to the bottom to where it ends the HTML code. I'll copy it, and let's go back to our text file, and I pasted it into the text file. And I just enlarged it so you can see it. Alright, so just to reiterate how it is organized, the first line of code is called the doc type, and these are called tags. If it's surrounded by an angle bracket and another angle bracket, those enclose what we call a tag. You've got the opening title tag, and here is the actual content. The actual content is this text right there. You'll notice it is surrounded by the opening title tag and the closing title tag. That title, whatever title you put in here for the title tags, will present up here in the tab of the browser window. So over here I've got a browser window. It happens to be a Chrome browser window. Alright, and just to continue down, everything between the body tags is actual page content and shows up in this page, or will show up in this page here. And then you go and it even goes down to the level where you have tags, the H1 tag surrounding the heading tag. H1 is the largest tag or the largest heading on the page. Alright, the P tag is a paragraph tag. begins a paragraph and ends a paragraph. But a paragraph could have any number of sentences in it. All right. All right. So let's see, how does this actually show up in this browser window? Well, first thing you have to do is we're going to put it into a folder. We're going to save it. So I've selected it. I'm going to go File, Save As, or File, Save, and we're going to save it as not a text document. That's what comes up here. I'm going to call this Practice, and we're going to call this .html. It is no longer, we're not using it for a text file. We're going to use it for an HTML file. And so I save it. And since I already had one in there already, it's going to replace it. So now I have saved it inside a folder called My Website, practice.html. Every website on the planet, the entire website, is located within a folder somewhere up on a server. And the name on the outside of the website is the name that you actually, the domain name. And in this case, I'm just pretending, and I called it My Website. But know that it is a complete website folder, and any of the files for that website need to be inside that folder. All right, now how do I present this file inside in a web page? So I've selected the browser. I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to say Open File. All right, I'm going to go to the desktop. I'm going to go find my website folder. There it is, and inside it is the practice file, practice.html, and I'm going to say Open. And guess what? My page now says what the code made it say. If I wanted to add a second paragraph, I'm going to select this paragraph, copy it, and put in another paragraph, save, and then click and refresh. And there is a second paragraph. Paragraphs are block level elements. Every time you put in a new paragraph or a new heading, there is going to be a space between it. So if I put in another heading, and I would never put in more than one H1, but I could put in an H2, paste, and I'm going to change this H1 to an H2, and then I will save it. Then click and refresh. Now I have an H2 which is slightly smaller than, so I'm going to call this not the most important heading anymore, but I'm going to call this a subheading. A subheading. Refresh, and there we go. So while the largest heading on the page is the most important heading on the page, and we assign an H1 tag to that most important heading in order to make the subheading be different, and it will be smaller, I assigned an H2 tag to surround the content called subheading, and this is what I get: a significantly contrasted and smaller heading. Also, I wanted to point out up here where it says the title, remember the title that is showing up between the head tags is not shown on the page. You do not see it in the page. There is no title bar title in the page. The title bar title is actually the title of a company or the title of the website, and if I save it and click and refresh, it is now located. That title presents in the tab. So that's how it works. That's what I would like for you to do for practice, and then your assignment will have more work with tags. All right, good luck. Have some fun.